Good afternoon. My name is Tanya Nolden, and I'm representing the Making Connections Network along with some friends of mine. Kishana at the end of the table. She will introduce herself in a moment. We live, work, and worship in neighborhoods in Louisville, Smoketown, Shelby Park, Phoenix Hill, California. I'm personally a network member. I reside in the Heights Point area. I've got something to read, but I'm not going to read, if that's okay. Just tell my personal story about my experience with a current payday loan. My family and I have a loan out for $500. We've had this loan now for about, going on 8 weeks. Every time, of course, we can't pay the loan back in our next pay period. We still have to pay the bills that were due in that pay period. So we renew in our minds this loan. So when we get our paycheck, and I look forward to this on Friday, we drive to that payday lending place over on Preston Highway by the Sprint store. And we take $500 of our paycheck along with $88 in fees, and we go inside of this place and we, in our minds, renew the loan. They give us our $500 back, but of course they kept our $88. I'm sorry. We've been in this cycle now for about 8 weeks, like I said, and it's driving us deeper and deeper in debt. We do not have the blessing of calling a family member to help us out because our family members are struggling. Can't call my mother because she had to move here because she lost her home in Atlanta. So I'm looked to, my family's looked to as the people that can help the rest of the family. And unfortunately, it only looks that way because we're the only ones with a checking account left. So we need short-term loans. Can't sit here and say that we don't. But what would help us is if we didn't have to pay so much. If 36% was an option, boy, it would really save us something. Because it's killing us taking $88 into this place every 2 weeks. Not to mention the other 3 loans I have out. The database stops us from doing 2 locally. But I'm still able to do some stuff over the internet, but I'm sure that will be another hearing. So anyway, just need some help in breaking the cycle. I consider myself and my family middle class, African American family. We both have degrees. I have my bachelor's degree. My husband's working on a doctorate. He's a teacher, JCPS. Cost of living is going higher, but we're not getting paid any much more. So we got to make ends meet somehow. If this is the way we have to live right now, albeit, but just give us a little bit of a break. Jane's probably going to kill me because I didn't read what she gave me to read, but I just wanted to speak that from my heart right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm also a member of the Making Connections Network and a single mother of 11, 12, 13, and 14-year-old. So I guess that explains how I kind of got in the payday lending situation. But just like Tanya, it's just me taking care of these 4 kids. No support from the father. Not complaining because I'm doing pretty well. We have everything we need, not long, but everything we need, and I have kids that are very active. And I actually just fought to get my kids out of Shepherd Square Project to move into a home. Well, I went through the same thing with payday lending. I actually did it over the internet, and that was the worst thing I could do in my life. But doing it over the internet, I gave them access to my bank account, anytime they want, without knowledge, and kids get sick. My kids are very active. They're in dance, they're in cheerleading, they're in basketball, and things come up. So even though I signed a contract for them to take that money out every 2 weeks, the money wasn't there every 2 weeks. So I ended up not having the money to pay them, and ended up in a big bind with over $700 of overdraft fees at the bank. Because not checking into it and knowing the money was coming out, it was a $35 fee, and then they were charging $7 by the day, and I wasn't keeping track of that. But it's really turned me into a more responsible person, but I have been going and dealing with these people for over a year and a half, and still haven't paid them out for $500. And just like I said, it is needed. We do need help. It's a recession. People don't have family to go to. Everybody's looking to you for help, and you don't want your kids. A strong parent, you're trying to show your kids that, you are the backbone and struggle, and show them structure in their lives, but by any means necessary. And this 36% cap, it just seems like that even though I knew I borrowed $500 and paying back $550 or even $600 isn't a big deal, but borrowing $500 and having to pay someone back $1,000 is just ridiculous. It's crazy, and you really don't. At the time, you're desperate, so you're like, okay, whatever I have to do. But eventually, you never know that it turns it turned my life around. It's really rocked my world, and I was supposed to write a letter, but Tanya, I had to come here and speak, on my behalf and for my family. And what